Telecommunications and networks. Communications. The message, data and information is communicated via the signal. The transmission medium carries the signal. The transmission of data from one computer to another or from one device to another. A communications device, therefore, is any machine that assists data transmission. For example, modems, cables and ports are all communications devices. Communications software refers to programs that make it possible to transmit data. Telecommunications. The electronic transmission of signals for communications, including such means as telephone, radio, television, telecommunication medium. Anything that carries an electronic signal and interfaces between a sending device and a receiving device. In human speech, the sender transmits a signal through the transmission medium of the air. In telecommunications, the sender transmits a signal through the transmission medium of a cable. Data communications. A specialized subset of telecommunications that refers to the electronic collection, processing, and distribution of data, typically between computer system hardware devices. Computer network. The communications media devices and software needed to connect two or more computer systems and / devices. Used to share hardware, programs and databases across the organization. Telecommunications-based service. Full service spectrum. Broadcast TV. Interactive TV. Multimedia services. Internet access and another. Internet networking technologies. Internet networking technologies are being used as technology platform. Web browser suites. Email web page editors. Network management software. Firewalls. Being applied in internet and extranet applications. Reinforces previous move toward client/server networks based on open systems architecture. Open systems. Open systems use common standards for hardware, software, applications and networks. Internet networking technologies are a common standard for open systems. Connectivity. Open systems provide greater connectivity and network interoperability. Middleware may be needed to help diverse systems work together. Digital network technologies. Telecommunications are being revolutionized by switch from analog to digital. Analog, voice-oriented transmission. Digital, discrete pulse transmission. Benefits. Higher transmission speeds. Moves larger amounts of information. Greater economy and much lower error rates. Transmits multiple types of communications, data, voice, video, on the same circuits. Telecommunications network components. Terminals. Any input/output device that uses networks to transmit or receive data. Telecommunications processors. Devices that support data transmission, reception. Telecommunications channels. Media over which data are transmitted, received. Computers. All sizes and types. Telecommunications control software. Controls telecommunications activities. Manages the functions of telecommunications networks. Includes network management programs of all kinds. Telecommunications monitors, mainframes. Network operating systems, network servers. Web browsers, microcomputers. Networks. Internet, intranet, extranet, wide area, local area, client server, network computing, peer-to-peer. Media. Twisted pair wire, coaxial cable, fiber optics, microwave radio, communications satellites, cellular and PCs media systems, wireless mobile and LAN systems. Processors. Modems, multiplexers, switches, routers, hubs, gateways, front-end processors, private branch exchanges. Software. Network operating systems, telecommunications monitors, web browsers, middleware. Channels. Analog digital, switched and switched circuit message packet cell switching, bandwidth alternatives. Topology architecture. Star, ring, and bus topologies, OC and TCP architectures and protocols. Types of communications networks. Primary types of communications networks. Wide area. Local area. Virtual private. Client/server. Peer-to-peer. Wide Area Network, WAN. Telecommunication network that covers a large geographic area. Local Area Network, LAN. Connects computers within a limited physical area such as an office, classroom, or building. Virtual Private Networks, VPN. Are used to establish secure intranets and extranets, so the internet is the main backbone. Network relies on network firewalls, encryption, and other security features to build a pipe through the internet or creates a private network without the high cost of a separate proprietary connection. Client-server networks. Clients and user personal computers are networked computers servers. Used to manage the network's processing. Shared between the clients and servers. Sometimes called a two-tier architecture. Larger computer systems are being replaced with multiple client/server networks. Peer-to-peer networks. Central server architecture. PP file sharing software connects all PCs to a central server. When a PC requests a file, the server searches all active peers on the network. The server sends the requesting PC a list of links to all active peers who have the file. Clicking a link connects the two PCs and automatically transfers the file to the requesting PC. Telecommunications media. Twisted pair wire. Ordinary telephone wire. Copper wire is twisted into pairs. Coaxial cable. Sturdy copper or aluminum wire wrapped with spacers to insulate and protect it. Fiber optic cable. One or more hair-thin filaments of glass fiber wrapped in a protective jacket. Telecommunications processors. Modems. The most common type of communications processor. Converts a digital signal to an analog frequency that can be transmitted over phone lines, then back into a digital signal. Inter-network processors. O-switch. Makes connections between telecommunications circuits in a network. A router. Intelligent communications processor that interconnects networks based on different protocols. Hub. A port switching communications processor. Gateway. Connects networks with different communications architectures. Network topologies. Topology. The structure of a network. Star network ties end-user computers to a central computer. Ring network ties local computer processors together in a ring on a relatively equal basis. Bus network, local processors share the same communications channel. Mesh network uses direct communications lines to connect some or all of the computers in the ring to each other. Switch, a message switching computer that handles data communication between autonomous local computers. OC and TECP models. Open Systems Interconnection (OSI) model. A 7-layer model that serves as a standard model for network architectures. Model for how messages should be transmitted between 2 points in a network. Each layer adds functions. Transmission Control Protocol/Internet Protocol (TECP), a 5-layer telecommunications protocol used by the Internet. Computers connected to a network are broadly categorized as servers or workstations. Servers are generally not used by humans directly, but rather run continuously to provide services to the other computers and their human users on the network. Services provided can include printing and faxing, software hosting, files. A network is a group of 2 or more computers or other electronic devices that are interconnected for the purpose of exchanging data and sharing resources. Since the devices are connected to the router as clients, they are part of the network and can use the same resource as the server, namely the Internet. The devices can also communicate with each other without having to establish a direct connection to each device. For example, you can send a print job to a Wi-Fi-enabled printer without first connecting the printer to the computer using a cable. Network computer devices that originate, route and terminate the data are called network nodes. Computer networks differ in the transmission medium used to carry their signals, communications protocols to organize network traffic, the network's size, topology and organizational intent. In the late 1950s, early networks of computers included the military radar system Semi-Automatic Ground Environment (SAGE). In 1995, the transmission speed seracity for Ethernet increased from 10 bit/s to 100 bit/s. By 1998, Ethernet supported transmission speeds of a gigabit. Subsequently, higher speeds of up to 100 bit/s were added as of 2016. 1976, John Murphy of Datapoint Incorporation created ARCnet, a token passing network first used to share storage devices. Common layouts are 1. A bus network. All nodes are connected to a common medium along this medium. This was the layout used in the original Ethernet, called base and base. 2. A star network. All nodes are connected to a special central node. This is the typical layout found in a wireless LAN, where each wireless client connects to the central wireless access point. 3. A ring network. Each node is connected to its left and right neighbor node, such that all nodes are connected and that each node can reach each other node by traversing nodes left or rightwards. The Fiber Distributed Data Interface (DD) made use of such a topology. 4. A Tesh network. Each node is connected to an arbitrary number of neighbors in such a way that there is at least one traversal from any node to any other. 5. A fully connected network. Each node is connected to every other node in the network. 6. And tree network. Nodes are arranged hierarchically. Network topology. Network topology is the layout or organizational hierarchy of interconnected nodes of a computer network. The Transmission Control Protocol (TCP) is one of the main protocols of the Internet Protocol Suite. It originated implementation in which it complemented the Internet Protocol (IP). In the initial network, therefore, the entire suite is commonly referred to as TCP/IP. Internet-based self-services (ISS) are a subtype of services driven by self-service technologies which provide technological interfaces allowing customers services independently of the involvement of direct service employee. Self-ticket purchasing and self-check-in for a flight using the Internet are examples of to-use Internet-based self-services. Wireless technologies. 1. Terrestrial microwave. Terrestrial microwave communication uses Earth-based transmitters and receivers resembling satellite dishes. 2. Communications satellites. Satellites communicate via direct microwave radio waves. 3. Cellular and PC systems use several radio communications technologies. 4. Radio and spread spectrum technologies. Wireless local area networks use a high-frequency radio technology similar to digital cellular and a low-frequency radio technology. 5. Free space optical communication uses visible or invisible light for communications. Most cases, line of sight and propagation is used, which limits the physical positioning of communicating devices. Wired technologies. The orders of the following wired technologies are, roughly, from slowest to fastest transmission speed. 1. Coaxial cable is widely used for cable television systems, office buildings, and other work sites for local area networks. 2. A2TG. AIN technology uses existing home wiring, coaxial cable, phone lines and power lines to create a high-speed, up to 1 gigabit/s, local area network. 3. Twisted pair wire is the most widely used medium for all telecommunication. 4. An optical fiber is a glass fiber. It carries pulses of light that represent data. Brief description of terms. Computer network set of nodes, computers, terminals, peripherals, having the possibility of information exchange with each other using a special communication hardware and software network with respect to peer access control to data paths in these networks distributed among the nodes. Network analyzer interception method as they move along the line's intranet connection. Any part of the network resource or a network of computers, such as disk, directory, printer, etc., that can be used by the application during operation. Conclusion. Today's networks tend to be a bit more complex and don't just consist of two computers. Systems with more than 10 participants usually use client-server networks. In these networks, a central computer server provides resources to the other participants in the network, clients. A network is a group of two or more computers or other electronic devices that are interconnected for the purpose of exchanging data and sharing resources. In today's lesson, I talked about network and telecommunications. I hope the lesson went well. What do you think? Write your opinions below in the comments. I was with you, Beck. See you soon.